discover that the woman is terribly irresponsible. Probably she doesn't give a damn about the welfare of the kids. Look, let's not deceive ourselves. In as much as we know that mother's love is very important and the mother's quality for their children, there are some few mothers out there that are ridiculously irresponsible. You don't care about the kids, and they can just abandon them and go to parties. And, you know, I've seen mothers that don't even give their children proper personal care in the morning. Just wake them up and,
Priscilla, thank you.
Go to
Go on.
school. Are you there?
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Okay. So I'm just saying that there's some parents, some mothers particularly, who really don't really care about these children. There are not many out there, but there are still some few. So under that condition, because I know that that formative stage is very important in their life, and I see that you are not responsible enough for me to leave the kids for you, I would rather take the pain and be the sole person responsible for their upbringing. That is the only condition. And secondly, if I see that you, the mom, you value worldly things like Ashwebi, parties, drinking, clubbing, don't care where they come home, where they go to play. I will say, no, that means you are not capable of this. I will take responsibility of taking care of them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sandy, you said, let me read your comment. I doubt that most Nigerian men will want to take their kids, though. Sandy, do you want to comment on that? Do you want to elaborate on that?
Okay, I just, hello everyone, good evening. I just got the invitation, and so as I came in, I just have an idea of what you're talking about. I'm not too sure if I'm right.
You are right. You're talking about single fathers. Why would they become a single father? What happened? And the challenges they go through. And why would you even want to take the children? If the woman is alive, why would you want to take the child?
Okay, fine. Okay, so it's a two-edged sword. When the man becomes a single father, automatically the woman becomes a single mother. So it applies to both parties in the same breath, right?
Yeah.
But the thing now, the real question is, why would the man want to take the children? And from a woman's perspective, looking into our society, because I can only speak as a Nigerian, because that's who I am, and seeing how it works in our society. A lot of times when men want to take their children, it's not usually because they have the best interest of those children. Sometimes it's out of spite for the mother, for the woman, because they know that women are more attached to their children. It's a natural phenomenon with us Black women especially. And a lot of men would always say things like, immediately the children started coming into the marriage, they took the back seat in the woman's priorities. Because women prioritize their children over the husband, while men prioritize their wives over their children. It is the truth, really. A lot of men want to argue, but it's the truth. That's the reason why you find out that the man will still be clinging on to the wife, per se, but the woman starts to withdraw from the husband and put the attention on the children once they come into the picture. You get? So when the marriage is ending, because the man and a lot of times men will come for me. I'm very controversial with conversation, so trust me, they will come for me. When the home is budding, when the children are still in formative stages, men, in fairness to them, the responsible ones invest a lot. They invest a lot in the home, but at the end of it all, it almost feels as if the women benefit more from those children, because the men are sometimes not really at home, but the women are emotionally at home with the children. So if the marriage is going to break, the men look at it as a punishment, some of them, that if I take these children, the woman has nothing to reap from what I have sown. Because if I leave the children with her, he has to still give child support one way or the other. And most of the time, you hear these men saying things like, I'll come and be giving her money so she can use my money to be taking care of herself and then one other man that she might want to go and be with. So because he doesn't want her to benefit anything at all from the extension of love to those kids, he rather take on the children, not because it is what is in their best interest, but out of spite for the woman that he doesn't want to benefit from his benevolence any longer. And then he now takes these children to his newfound relationship, who may not care at all for these kids. So really, most of the time, the men don't think about the best interest of the children because they're still not the ones that will take care of the children. It's the new madam in his life that has to help. Or he dumps them with his mother somewhere or some family members. But because he doesn't want a situation where the woman will say, oh, won't jail or something, and then he's thinking that, okay, the children are with her, then I will send her money and all that stuff. Then they start acting broke. So trust me, a lot of them single fathers, I know there are some very, very responsible ones who genuinely, like this other man said, take the children because the lifestyle of the woman is questionable and they don't want to expose these children to those kinds of excesses. But it's just 10 out of every 1 million, to be fair.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sandy. That was a beautiful submission. And I'd never even thought of that it could be just to spite the woman or to punish the woman. That was a good one. I also have a story of a man who had 3 children and took the children, fought everything to take the children from the wife. Not really to spite her, but because he has been through a separation as a child, and he didn't like what he went through living with families, and he didn't want his children to end up like that. So for another man to come into the woman's life and maltreat his children. So for that, he fought so hard and took the children and was able to do his best, even though his best from where I am sitting, because I'm very close to this family, is so questionable. I could see a lot of emotional detachment, which you would see from a lot of men, because they are not emotional beings. They are more logical beings. So for a lot of single men, that emotional attachment is not there between them and their children. So that is a big one for me. Damilola, thanks for joining. Do you want to have the floor? Priscilla, I see you. Thanks for the gifts. Thank you guys for power tapping. Thank you so much. God bless you. DTS Tech, thanks for joining. Damilola, do you want to come in? Okay, if Damilola is not ready, I'm going to move up. Prophetess, do you want to come in here? Okay, I'm going to move up. We're still looking at why would a man want to take the children? We've had 2 different perspectives, which is very correct, to spite the woman. And secondly, probably because the woman is not responsible. The third one I will add to it is it could be because, like I think I mentioned it earlier on, that the man is lazy and wants to take benefits over the children. Very, very selfish reason. So that could be another one. And some men are raised with so much love that they can't do away with their children. They have so much love in them. They've been brought up with love. They didn't grow up in toxic environments. And they want to share that love and that bond with their children. And if there is a separation, they are okay for the separation, but they are not okay not to have their children in their lives. And so for such men, they will do anything. They will go to any length to have the custody of their children. Because,
can I make a comment?
Yes, go on.
Okay, just so that, I will engage you. I mean, I just hope you're not going to laugh that, I invited somebody. Like,
please, flow.
Yeah, I live in the UK, but we're Nigerians. Yeah, because my namesake too. Modupe is one of my names. Yeah. So I will speak as a Nigerian, and I like calling out guys because I want them to join your life. So I'm going to throw a lot of stones into their glass houses.
If they can stand it.
Patriarchal society back home, yeah, and there's a lot of social stigma attached to women naturally. You get women always get the how will I put it, the harder part of the criticism. The man goes, the woman is demonized. The woman goes, the woman is demonized. Whatever case, the woman is demonized. Yeah. So you see that the man sometimes wants to take the children also because he wants society to look at her like, okay, Roberton, what type of mother are you?
The
Because if you even follow the trends on social media without us going into statistics from government or from any of those reputable statistic houses, if you follow trends on social media, you will find out that a lot of the times, when these types of situations happen, the children who live with the fathers don't have the best stories to tell. The only time where I feel that a man should be concerned about taking the children is if he has children, girls, and he's worried that maybe his daughter, maybe it's a daughter or two daughters, might be exposed to a man of questionable character that he doesn't know, because he might not be sure of who this lady is going to end up with, and these daughters may be exposed to some kind of harassment by a man. So then I can understand, because some men will say those kinds of things, that is why they want their daughters to be with them, because at least they are those kind of men that look out for the best interest of their daughters without exposing them to those kinds of predators, if you understand what I mean. But other than that, most times women have this nurturing and eye over their kids.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's their children first, and you find out that sometimes these women find it difficult to settle. I know so many women who have found it difficult to remarry or move on because they're thinking of those children first. Because it's also in our society, it's difficult. It's easier for a single father to marry than a single mother.
Yes.
If you think about it, so
the single mother is already stigmatized already.
No, a single mother is more stigmatized. A married man can have plenty of girlfriends. He's never stigmatized. A man is divorced. He's even more attractive. Even. Yeah, a man is a widower. Next tomorrow he has remarried. So a woman lives. There's a popular saying: "I catch you, you go. You catch me, you go." If the man catches you with another man, you are the one that will go. If you catch him with another woman, you are still the one that will go. So men don't really lose anything per se, because when the marriage breaks and he becomes a single father, he will always have one girlfriend or somebody that can help. It is the woman who never does. So the woman who wants to go with her children knows the sacrifices that is going to entail. So it also means that she has chosen to be quite responsible, because she already knows that being with those children will make her less attractive in the dating market. Do you know what I mean? So I don't feel sorry for a lot of the single fathers who are saying they want to take the children, because really, like I've told you, it's just a few. Because they know that nothing really changes. They can get a nanny, they can have their mother come and stay with them. So it's difficult, it's more difficult for women. And because women have been doing it forever, you have more single mothers raising children than there are single fathers in this world, generally, globally. So if women have been doing it forever, why am I supposed to be worried about when men too decide to do it? Did you not hear of the recent trending story on social media about a Nigerian man who wanted to end, or who literally sat his wife down and said, look, this marriage is not working. Here in the UK, this marriage, is it America or UK? One of the countries, two countries, is not working anymore. And I would like us to part with. I will support you with the children, yada, 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 and all of that. But this thing can't work.
Good evening.
And good evening. And the lady decided that, okay, that's fine. No contest, no nothing. But then woke up one day and ran to Nigeria, taking all the children's passports with her. And then the man wakes up one morning and realizes that this woman has gone, taking the passport, and is now a single father. And he starts crying, saying how wicked this man is. Did you hear of that story? It's been trending.
Oh, wow.
Even the Westerners are making videos and memes out of it. And he started shouting how she's so evil, how she's so wicked. Why is he upset? His responsibility, take care of the kid. That's the point. So you see, the reason why he's upset is because there's a lot of sacrifice that is involved.
The responsibility on his table is heavy.
You rather punish the woman or something. So you see, these things now, I think I'm happy that we have two men up on the panel now. So I'm going to keep quiet.
If they will speak. If they will speak. Well, from this story you shared, I don't want to sound too biased, but on both parties, it's not fair. It's not fair on the man's side to say, okay, it's okay. I mean, it's okay, this marriage is over and all, but I'll support you with the children. It's not only money that is needed to raise a child. And I'll support you with money, I'll give you anything, but I can go my own, enjoy my life, be with any other woman I want to be with, have my freedom, where the woman is not going to have that freedom and she's not going to get any help, and then you're going to abandon her with the children. It's not all about money. So when now the table turns round, you are crying, you are shouting. It's good to feel it sometimes. So it's good to feel it sometimes. The woman, who gave that woman that wisdom? Because now they have to sit down and reconcile, not reconcile on the basis of even continuing the marriage, reconcile on the children. How are we going to co-parent? I don't know how many number the children are. You're going to keep 2? I'm going to keep 2. Then there's going to be a round table discussion, unlike just dumping all the children on the woman. It's not easy. I've been a single parent all my life, so I know it's not easy. I raised 2 boys on my own, so I know what it means, And then government, thank you for joining everyone on Facebook, on TikTok, on Zoom. Thanks all for joining, and thank you for the power tapping. Government, we're looking at men, single fathers. So I don't know if you have any story, any idea, experience you can share with us, why men would find themselves to be single fathers and why they would choose to raise children on their own if their mother is alive, and why won't they leave the children for the mother? That's where we are at the moment. So I want to take us speed up a little bit and see the impact on children. Single father. If any either single father or single mother, it has the impact. It's there, heavy, big time. But for the woman, we talked about that a month ago today, actually. And for the mother, it's more of them not having that fatherly love, that discipline, that 2 extra eyes, that firmness in the home. And then when there is a male child, I've got 2 boys. There's no matter what I teach them, no matter what I raise them, I can never input in them those instincts, those things a man will teach them naturally. And even if the man doesn't teach them, the fact that the man is there, they are watching him, the way he talks, the way he does things, and they are learning from him, they are picking from him, they are emulating him naturally. And this things just drop like droplets upon the children, and it's just there. Okay, so no matter how a good mother I may be, I can never be a father. All right, but women, I believe we can do more. Unlike the men, we have few men among the single fathers who can come out and say boldly that they're able to create a lot of balance. But then, no matter how much the balance is, you do not have that nurturing. No matter how hard you try, you can never be a mom. That is a settled case. So one of the potential long-term effects could be academic performance. Academic performance could be different from different children. Children that are being raised by 2 parents, we are still begging God to be able to have a testimony at the end of the story, be able to say, yes, beat your chest, that's my child, and be able to say, we've done well with this child, we did not fail this child. How much more a single father or a single mother? So academic performance could be affected. But as Sunday mentioned earlier on, that the man could be busy running after money and not have time to support the children academically. The school parental meeting, are you able to go? Are you able to attend? The child comes home with homework. Are you able to support? Do you even know what the child is doing in school? Do you know how they're coping? Are you able to get extra help, academic help for them and all that? So it's a lot. So the man might not be able to cope all round. And so some children might be able to help themselves. They could be natural academics, they could love reading, they could love school, and they're just there, There are those kind of children who will come home being first, second, third, or even fourth in class because they love the book and they don't even need a much push. But there are children who don't even want to be in school. So you are begging them, you are praying, you are pushing, you are encouraging them, you're doing everything to get them in school. And and it takes a lot to keep such children in school. So there could be different level of academic achievement. I'll stop there and open the floor again. If anybody wants to add any contribution, addition, subtraction to this. Anyone at all?
Okay. Because I don't know what's happening. Dami says he's just observing for now. So
let him keep observing. I don't know his own type of man.
Yeah, let me support you. Yeah, so actually the ideal situation for children's stability would be a dual parent home, because that's the way God has designed it. That is the institution of marriage. That is one of the blessings of it, having children, and it's also beneficial to society at large, because people who come from functional homes, that is where the marriage, the husband and wife, the union is very, very strong, become better citizens within society. That is the norm. But it's in the same breath, children who come out of dysfunctional homes have certain tendencies as well. Because if a child is exposed to a narcissistic father who is very abusive and who always talks down on the mother, that boy child, in spite of having both parents in the same home, will pick up those same traits. And the same thing if the girl child watches a disrespectful mother who is very problematic and nagged and who is disrespectful to in-laws and everybody, the tendency that she would think that that is the right way to treat people is also very high. So it doesn't give any advantage if the parents are together and the children are in this dysfunctional, home. But then again, you now have some single people who have walked away from their relationships for one reason like this or the other, and who have done pretty much well on their own, raising their children. I mean, some people have become widows or widowers. That was no doing of their own. You get. Some other people, maybe were in a bad situation, and the best thing was to walk away for sanity and peace. And they still ended up doing a good job, because there are some parents who do step in to provide the right amount of guidance and support to make up for the other party that is absent. So you might have an elder brother who can be a role model to your sons. You can have a pastor, female pastor in your church, or some people have those kinds of support system,
community support system, yes.
Those kind of communal support where the children can always learn and lean. They can learn something and lean on someone. And so we have single parented homes that provide those kind of support for the children. So what we always fail to understand is just the mental stability of these children, because they are the beneficiaries of whatever mess that the adults make, which is just the fact. So when you speak about the academic bit of it, where I will agree to the point where if the child is not well protected, naturally it affects their outputs with everything in life, with academics. So whether they are with both parents or they are with one parent, if the environment is not stable and enabling, those children are going to generally suffer. Now, I feel that the reason why we may not get a lot of guys to, because trust me, there might be people watching this from the viewer's eye, right? And not entering into the life because they don't want to be called up onto the platform, is because they may not understand how to relate to it. A lot of them might be married, or some of them might not even be married at all. So it's actually not so easy to find a single father per se, because unlike women, that it's easy for you to see a woman with the children without a man in the picture at all. Men typically, especially black men, typically have a companion. So even if he's no longer married to the mother of those children, he will have a woman in his life somewhat. So it's difficult sometimes to see the single man parents, because it's easy to see a single mother. She's just alone with the children. So she's dragging them all over the place, in the car, in the whatever, doing the school runs, doing the work runs, doing everything. But it's hard. If you think about it too, you may be able to name 20 single mothers so easily. But to name 20 single fathers might be difficult.
Probably 1 out of 100.
That is the point I'm trying to make. That's why it's difficult for the men to engage. Because it is not something that they quickly see. Because men, a lot of our men are not wired to be on their own and celibate the way a woman can. Because once a woman is overwhelmed by taking care of children, it is almost difficult for her to start thinking about needing a man for pleasures and emotional. She will desire it, but
she put control on it because of the children.
She's afraid of a man, and because she doesn't want someone to come and mess her up, or her children should come and be counting men on her head, or women will be worried about what will they say, So, but men don't ever have to worry about all that. That is why it's difficult for you to have these men engaging right now, because they don't know too many single men. Single fathers, sorry.
There was actually a friend of mine who joins he's been joining my talk show for 4 years now or so. And then when he saw the topic, was like, you're on your own. I'm like, why am I on my own? He said, you people are just going to attack men, so there's no point coming. So I'm like, it's not really about attacking men. Do you understand? Look at the ideology in his head already. So it's not about attacking men, it's about understanding things, even from their own perspective. And then whether we like it or not, these things are there, they are happening. So why can't we talk about it? Why can't we share ideas? Why can't we see the damage, the breakage in homes? What is, how it's affecting the children? And it's not all about blame. It's not a blame game. That's not what I do. It's not about blame game. It's about what is happening. How can we do it better? Can we change the narratives? Is it possible? Can we do anything different? What can we do to adjust? How can we help the situation? So it's difficult. If this, my friend, if he was on this show, knowing him so well, I know what he's going to say. I know. And it's going to be, at the end of the day, it's the woman's fault that the man became single. But that is not the point. That is still blame gameplay or blame game. And that's not going to get anybody anywhere. It's not going to get us anywhere. Another one, again, is the social relationship, because the children don't really see you socializing. They may not. And then they see you as single. They may think it's also the norm. Like you mentioned, that if a child is in a narcissistic relationship, they might believe that is the normal thing. So my dad never had a woman, so why do I need a woman? My dad raised us on his own. So I don't think I need a woman. I can also have a child and raise the child on my own. That can happen. So they may have could be different. Children are different, the way they reason. Things can be going wrong, and a certain child might go the other way completely.
Yeah.
I know a child who never saw his dad. I think he spent only 2 or 3 weeks with the dad before the dad passed. But he's been a father to his younger ones. He's doing everything as a father. Why? Because he told himself, I never have a father. I'm going to be a good father. Do you understand? You will have children like that who will say, I'm going to do it differently. If my father is abusive, beating my mom, I am not going to be like that. If my mom is partying, do not have time for us, I am not going to be that kind of a mother. But it is very, very few. If you have maybe 10 children, maybe you'll find one like that. And if you have 10 families, maybe you'll find one. So it's very, 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 very minute. So we're looking at the bigger picture here, which is the general norm. So a lot of children would copy what they see. And like you said earlier, and that is why some people would even prefer to be single parent rather than be in a toxic relationship, because at the end of the day, the children you think you are protecting, you are destroying them more. Because they are picking things, they are learning negative things, and they may end up being even worse than what you are enduring.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go on.
Do you know that, because the world is evolving and the world is changing,
Mm-hmm.
do you know that there are people today, this present age, day and age, who are intentionally choosing single parenting?
Mm-hmm.
Intentionally. This is not a function of, we were dating, then she got pregnant, we tried to work it out, it didn't work, parted ways, or we got divorced, or I'm a widow, or widower. It's not that. They had made up their minds, both men or women. But now more to the men, because now I've heard that, especially with this younger generation that are coming up, if you notice, they have zero tolerance for any kind of stuff, and the divorce rates are much higher than the times of my own parents. Divorce rates are higher now. People just check out of marriages so quickly these days. And a lot of people are opting for single parenting, intentionally opting for it, because they don't want the drama of the relationship. They don't need the drama and the investments. Now, I'm speaking from a point of knowledge of what I also have heard people say intentionally that they want to do and they have actually done. Some of them feel for women, I speak for the women who are choosing single parenting intentionally, right? They are feeling that what is the point building with a person that, because a lot of women say they struggle with one man, after a while, then he just messes them up, because marriage takes a lot from the woman. Men may not like the truth, but it is. A woman is coming into the marriage. It depends, though. If you marry right, it adds to you. But even when it adds to you, we'll talk about the subtractions, because the woman's life can become put on hold when she starts giving birth. The man's life is still progressing forward, whether he wants to go from junior manager, senior manager, banker, whatever, do courses, do this, that. His life just keeps moving, just like he keeps spending, and the level of spending increases because the family is getting bigger. But the period that the woman is giving birth and, increasing the population in the home, a lot of her dreams have to be halted, slowed down, and stuff like that. So she's putting in her years, putting in her beauty, putting in everything just to build this family that they are trying to build together and all of that. And the women are now beginning to feel that, okay, I put in all of this stuff, and then one day, this man just messes me up, because some cultures do not support women in marriage. You get? So some of these women now say, and then when it's all over, I have nothing. So a lot of them are saying, you know what, it's me and my children. So why don't I just turn the man into a donor, have a kid or two that I can take care of, and just move? So some of them are just going for the jugular. I just want the children, and that's it. So my money is for them. And some of the men are doing the same. They just want to agree with the woman, no, let's have a child together. And then they just co-parent. So there is no, you're inheriting from me, you are stealing from me. It's because at some point marriage started looking a bit transactional against what it was like back in the days when it was more and family, real family values. Do you get? I don't know if the audio is still good or the network is still on.
I'm hearing you very well.
Because the phone's frozen.
I can hear you very well. Sandy. Okay. Before Sandy comes back. Okay.
Should I mute?
No, fire on. We can hear you.
Okay, that's fine. So, because before now, marriage was built on a lot of family values. Back in the days when we were much younger, looking at our grandparents and all of that, the institution was respected. It was not transactional. You get, they married out of love and maybe out of some kind of a social mandate. That you get to a certain age, you have to marry and now start having a family and being responsible, have a job, and those kind of things. But as the world kept evolving and things started moving on, people became very mindful of a lot of things. It started looking like a bit transactional. It started looking like a chokehold. It started looking like a lot of stuff. So people now felt that the real benefit of the marriage now became the children. So hence you now start having the battle for the children. So now some people now want to scrap the marriage out completely and just go for, let me just have a child with someone that I like. And then let's have joint custody. She cannot come and claim my inheritance. The man cannot come and use me. We just agree to have children. So you see, the world is evolving and a lot of things are going left. If that makes any sense.
It's not only going left, it's going left, right, center, safe. Thank you for joining, Mudupe. Thanks for joining my twinnie, Sister Betty. Thanks for joining. Everyone, if I don't mention names, please forgive me. Everyone, if I don't mention my beautiful twinnie, how many gadgets do you have on? Why am I hearing myself back? Okay, Sandy, if I let you on, you're going to derail us from where we are. Thank you so much for that. And you're on point. And the truth of what you have said is that it's so saddening. It is the truth. It is happening. And I don't see it getting better. I'm sorry to say, even being a relationship coach, I don't see it getting better. And that is because human beings, we are very greedy, we're very selfish. And a lot of people have gone through a lot of pain in relationships. And like what we were saying earlier on about children seeing what is happening in marriages, They've seen a lot and they are scared. They don't want to go through what their parents have gone through. They don't want to go through what mommy and daddy have gone through. Do you understand? And they're like, if mom went through this all for what? No, I'm not doing it. Now, in the days of our mothers, even our grandmothers, what we used to hear is, because of your children, endure. Because of your children, endure. And that is one of the reasons why a lot of people would choose, to rather just have children. If it's just because of this children, let me go have the children on my own and look after the children on my own. But having said that, because it is not the original plan of the maker of marriage himself, it can never be okay. There will always be that gap. There will always be that loophole. Something would always be missing. Now, whether you have the child on your own or not, whether you're raising the child on your own or not, does not stop the fact that as a woman or as a man, you will be needy. You will need compassion. You will need a friend. You will need a shoulder. You need that emotional attachment with someone. So even if you are raising a child on your own, by your decision, you are still looking for a man. You are still looking for a woman to support you, or just to be there to have a chat with, somebody to come home to, or say, hey, babes, I'm home. Are you all right? Whether we like it or not, we want it, we need it, we strive for it. So if in any way it is possible to be able to come together as a couple, is the most beautiful thing. But if you're unfortunate and unlucky, but then let us also try and maintain co-parenting. If possible, as much as we can, let us strive for it. Let us fight for it. Not for our own selfish reason, for the children. Co-parenting will go a long way, because co-parenting helps bring the quality relationship to the children, if possible. If the other party is not going to cause more damage, if the other party is not irresponsible, if the other party is available, it helps create some certain kind of balance for the children. So thank you for joining Simply Though on Facebook. Thanks for joining, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for power tapping. I see your finger flying and the gifts are coming in as well. Thanks for joining, Beyonce. Thank you. Thank you, Sandy. Thanks for that. That was a beautiful submission. I'm going to run. I'm going to run. We got a few more minutes. And another one is the potential effect on children could be the emotional well-being, because there's no balance. Like I said earlier on, men are logical beings. They are not emotional beings. No matter how much you try, you cannot be there. You cannot give them this emotional balance a mother will do. They can easily go to their mom and say, mommy. They can do daddy. What's that? My friend, sit up. What is that nonsense you're doing? There's no one they can go and manipulate like they will manipulate their mom. They cannot say, mom, please, can you do this for me? All these things create balance. God, who made the union to be like that, knows what he is doing. So that is also there. What are the things men can do? Sandy mentioned one of them. Getting support. Supportive network is important. Even when there is two of you, we still need people. Back from Nigeria, where we are from, we call it community support. One person gives back to a child, the whole community raises the child. But things are even a bit difficult now, even in Nigeria, where everybody's hiding and protecting their children because of what's it called now? People kidnapping children and all the rest of it. But then that community thing is still there. Maybe not as much as it used to be. It is still there. So wherever you might be in the part of the world, your community might be your church. Mostly for us in diaspora, our communities are church or the mosque where you fellowship. So if your child does something wrong, somebody sees it. You don't see everything your child does. Somebody might see it And like, why did you do that? Don't do that again. It's not good. You know, you didn't see it, but somebody else did, and they've corrected the child. And they may come to you and tell you, I saw your child do this. You'll be like, really? My child? Yes, your child. And then you can deal with that situation, with that problem. The child learns from it, everybody learns from it, and move on. So building a network is very important amongst your friends, among family. Ask for help. Ask for help. Whenever you need the help, ask for help. Thanks for power tapping, guys. Thank you so much. I think I have some challenges there. If anyone can help me with them, that would be lovely. I'm not forcing, I'm just asking. If you can help with any of the challenges, that would be very, very, very helpful. Professional help. I don't want to go through this again, but I've got a couple of people who having serious challenges with their children. Get help. Let the government know what's happening. Counseling, therapy, medical. Different children with different problems, different challenges. So every child is unique. So whatever it may be, seek the kind of help that will suit your child. So the help could be therapy, counseling. It could be prayer. It could be for your child to have that extra uncle, extra person. Can you mute your mic, Prince, please? Without having somebody else to talk to, apart from mommy all the time, apart from daddy all the time. Somebody I can even report daddy to. If daddy is frustrating me, I know I can call uncle something, or I can call Auntie Cynthia, and I know they can talk to daddy on my behalf. It's important. Let's not be an island when we find ourselves in such situation. Self-care. Now, let me on professional help. When we talk about support worker, especially for Nigerians, when we hear that word support worker, we run away because we feel, they will take my child away. Before it will get to the stage where the child will be taken away, call them to assist. If you are struggling with the child, you can get support worker there. They are to support you to find ways, how you can live better with the children, what you can do differently. They can help with what's it called? Education, maybe finding the child a better school. Maybe the school the child is the problem. Or maybe the child has some learning disability you don't even know. You think the child is just being silly or being naughty, but they have a disability you've not been able to identify. So they might decide something might be wrong here. Let's get more professional to see your child, and then they can decide, okay, your child needs to go to a special school. This kind of care needs to be put in place, blah, 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 blah. So social workers are not just there to take your children. They are there to help. So in any way you need help, get help. Go on Google, type in what your worry is, ask questions. Now we have AI who will do a lot of searching for you, make inquiries. Go to your advice bureau in your local community, advisors wherever you are, in any part of the world. There will be people you can go to and ask for help. If somebody is going through this challenge with your child, what can you do? Who do you talk to? I'm sure somebody is always there to listen. But if you don't ask, if you do not seek, you may never find. Another one is self-care. Prioritizing self-care and stress management for single fathers. As a single father, you must take time out. Go on holiday. Find somebody, a family member to look after your children, and just take time out for yourself. Go party, go on holiday, just chill out. Go play table tennis with your mates, go swimming, any activity. You have activities we do with your children. It builds your relationship with your children. It does a lot. But at the same time, we're talking about having your own space, my time, me time, just me and me, maybe me and the boys, me and my friends, just get out there and look after yourself. So we're looking after our children, we're also looking after ourselves. And let us remember this, it's funny and it's not funny, it's an irony actually. We put everything we have in our children. But when the time is going and the clock is ticking, by the time they are like 18, 19, 20, they are out of the house. When they finish uni, most of them, especially in this part of the country, they don't come back home. Very few come home. Very few that are very sensible would come home. But they don't come back home until they started their life, new life, gradually. Now you're on your own. You want to start taking care of yourself then? Some things might be too late. So while you are looking after your children, you also need to find time to look after yourself. I'm going to pause and then open the floor again. Anybody want to speak? Damilola, are you still observing? Sandy, Prophetess, Sister Betty. Anybody wants to chip into today's topic? Single fathers' impact on raising children on their own. That's fine, Mo. Anyone, anybody?
Okay, hello again.
Thank you, Sandy.
Okay, so impact of raising. Okay, now unless the father is someone who has how will I put it, balance, because you know a lot of men can be very, like you said, they're very logical and very, I don't know the word. Mothers are supposed to be more
very
nurturing
rigid.
and the softer. Yeah, mothers should be the nurturing and the softer side of things, you know, while fathers should be the disciplinarians and the ones that provide financial stability in the home. So unless the man can create that balance within himself to have his soft side and the other side, it may be a bit tough because I mean, this is me creating balance in my submissions to, in fairness to men, you know, because it's for the men who want to take on the role all by themselves, it could be mentally exhausting, you know, because you don't want to be too weak, you don't want to also be too stern with the children, and it depends on the gender of the kids. Boys naturally gravitate to their mothers and girls to their fathers when they are growing. You know, when they now grow, they now understand. The men understand. And then the girls understand the plight of the mother. So it's a lot easier when a man feels he's raising boy children. But when he has girl children, he struggles. So like you said, it's just for the man to get some kind of support also from responsible family members who can equally somewhat step in. You know, because sometimes the men too are a bit worried about overexposing their children and all of that, you know, especially the ones who are very protective of these children. So they just need to let go a little because I deal with a lot of statistics. Do you know that? In terms of depression and all of those mental health issues, men suffer it far more than women. It's just that women show theirs more easily. But men suffer in silence a lot, you know, and we don't really give them the flowers that they deserve a lot of times. You get me? So
thank you for saying that. That's very important.
Yes, men find it difficult to come and express their own stress and traumas and, you know, the kind of things that they really deal with. So we don't really get to know a lot of these things. So it's good for single fathers to get some person that they can trust to be vulnerable with. You know, it doesn't have to be a woman. It could be a family member or a mentor or uncle of sort of someone who can help them see beyond what they can see, beyond their noses, and check up on them too, because they matter as well. Check up on them to know how they are faring generally and all of that. I mean, an example that I'll use, as much as I don't like to put my own personal issues out there, but this one is a safe one, is my mom lost her mom when she was very young. Very, very young. So their father was a widower who wanted to raise his children by himself to protect them from a lot of the ills of society, right? But then it was a struggle because there were certain things that he overlooked in terms of the things that the girl children needed to have heard from a mother and the kinds of things that the boy children needed in terms of the love of a mother that he could not really provide. So as much as the children loved their father, because they could see the way he was trying to protect them and all of that, there was so much gaps and he suffered as well. They grew to see him like on a lonely journey of trying to be the perfect dad. So even to date, my mom speaks so fondly of her father. because she could see him trying so hard on his own to fill in a gap that was beyond him. So I feel that any man who wants to take on this role needs some kind of emotional and mental support so they don't go through it alone. And my granddad did not, how I put it, he did not live long enough to enjoy the
labor,
all that labor to get, because I feel that he was overwhelmed with it and it affected his health as he was getting much older. You know, so yeah, these are some of these kind of things that such fathers need to take into consideration, that they need to be alive long enough to benefit from the sacrifice of single parenting as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I don't know. Somehow it's like you have a copy of my notes and you're just helping me to read it. So thank you very much, Sandy. Hope to be seeing more of you. You know, and on that note you ended on, which is on the self-care I was talking about. A lot of men have died and are still dying in silence, and a lot of men actually just label and they're not to show for it, you know. And that is why I would always encourage men. Like, for instance, even if you are buying anything for your children, you're doing stuff for your children in a complete marriage, proper home, daddy, mommy, children, and everything, let your children even know what you're doing. Don't let them assume it's mommy that is doing everything. Once in a while, also go to their school. Let them see you, what mommy is doing for them. Let them see you, daddy, also doing it. Not every time, go to your mommy, go to your mommy, go to your mommy. A lot of men have suffered for this. Even though they are the breadwinner, they are the everything, but because why? They pushed everything to their mom. So the children naturally believe and assume their mom is the one taking care of the home. Mommy is the one doing everything. And even to the point of school fees. Some daddy will say, I'll put the money in your account, go and pay the children's school fees. They go and do this. And the children have no clue. Everything is just coming from mommy's account. Mommy is the one doing all the shopping by herself. Mommy is the one doing all the cooking by herself. Mommy is the one calling the gardener. Mommy is the one calling that. Mommy is everywhere. Where is daddy? Daddy is at work or daddy is sleeping or watching TV. No rapport, no relationship with the children. You don't even go to wash the car with the children. You don't do the garden with the children. You don't do nothing with them. So they don't see you, even though you are there. So when you grow old, you will suffer. It's not all about money. You may have your money. You may have money to have 10 women, have concubines, have house helps, have everything. But the love and the joy of your children at your old age is very important. I have a couple of men who are crying now that their children have abandoned them. And at the age of 65, 70, they are still trying to have more children, just to have a child by their side. So as a man, I am actually begging you, be involved in the life of your children and pray that, because we can only try as a man, as a woman, as a parent, that we will eat the fruit of our labor over our children. We are not saying depend on your children on your old age. Like, when I grow old, my children will feed me lalai, but they will add to you. They will add color to you. The Bible says the children are like arrows in the quivers of a warrior. So if you have quivers but you don't have any arrow, when battle comes, what are you going to use to defend yourself? Your children are supposed to surround your table, and then you see their wives, their husbands, grandchildren. That is the joy of your old age. That is the beauty, not money, not those women, your children. So men may not come out and be crying, be lamenting, but they are dying in silence. They are, what's the other one now? A lot of them are even going into depression. And big mistake, they try to blame the woman. No, it's not the woman. It's your job to be involved. We have women who would help and say, your daddy has paid your school fees, your daddy has done this, your daddy has done that. It shouldn't be the woman having to say it. Let the children see it, koro koro. Let them see it with their own eyes. Let them be able to say, my daddy has done this. My daddy took me to football. My daddy paid for this. My daddy bought my shoe. You know, me and my daddy, we were watching soccer together. My daddy took me shopping. My daddy is my daddy. My daddy. And when that joy is there from when they are children, they're going to grow with that. And when they give their mommy £5, they are giving you £5. When they buy anything for mommy, they are buying for daddy. It's not going to be a case of, mommy, I've sent 50,000 to your account. Give daddy 10,000 and keep the rest. That is what a lot of men have gone through. And you don't blame the children. They believe they are being fair. They believe it is the parent that have nurtured them, that have suffered for them, that should benefit more from them. So they'll give that mommy more. But why should it be that way when you have also nurtured and suffered and raised these children all your life? You've done all for them. But then they don't know. And if they don't know, you have not done, it simply means you haven't done nothing. And you want to read a comment here. Like some daddies have records of money they spend on their child. I know of someone who does that. Oh, wow. Because that is why marriage have problem, because we human beings are wicked. The Bible says the heart of a man is terribly wicked. Who can know it? That's a comment here from my sister. She knows a daddy who keeps record of every penny he spends from the child. He has a good reason for doing that. So in case the story wants to change or turn around, and then your mommy wants to lie and say, your daddy is useless, so your daddy is not doing anything, I'm the one doing it, he'll bring proof. You know? So men, please, protect yourself. Love yourself. And think about your future. I have a friend of mine. I'm going to share his story. I know he won't mind. If he says something, he can share himself. He made sure, there was a time even the wife was like, you can go to work, I'll take the children. You say for where? We will take the children to school together. So he made sure he has a job that gave him that time to take the children to school. He does not want to be told story later on. He made that time. When even time to discipline the children, and the mother will say, Mr. Femi, look at what your son did. You have to talk to him. You have to discipline her. Why can't she do that? He said he doesn't go out with all that fire and anger on the children. No. He said, why? Because he does not want to be seen as the bad father. And they'll see mommy as a good mother. So he deals with the issue with talking, with advising, with a lot of guiding, and not, come here, I'll beat you. He said he doesn't. Because he does not want the children to see him as a bad dad. So why is he doing all this? For the time where he is gray, he is old. So that the children can also show love and be there for him. Sandy says the early years the couples are together. Once the children comes in, the father becomes distant, which shouldn't be so at all. So you fathers that are creating distance, please close the distance, kia, before it's too late. Close the distance. It's for your own good. It's for your own good. And then the man is alone again. So what's the point? You're married, you have children, and yet you feel so lonely. And then they find the excuse of, I'll go and marry another wife, or I'll have concubines. That does not solve any problem. The problem will stand and face you at your old age. So make A while the sun shines. I'm going to wrap this up. Positive effects. Let's end on that good note. Positive effects of single fathers upon their children. One of it is strong bonding. Well, for the fathers that are available emotionally, create strong bonding, can develop a strong, close relationship with the children. Really? Okay, I've invited you twice. Let me try again. I've invited you twice. I don't know why you keep going out. All right. More, I've sent invitation to you. All right then. Okay.
Okay.
So that will create strong bonding.
Yeah. Let me say.
Yeah, go on. Do you want to add?
Yeah, I wanted to add to what we were talking about the
single father
relationship with the father. Yes, like I'm handling an issue. I'm handling one issue presently. I was there yesterday, and they just called me to come and. It's one of my brother. He just called me that he's sending these children back to their mother. He's sending these children back to their mother. And when I got there, I just discovered that like I was telling the children, I said, do you believe your dad loves you? They said no.
Ooh.
And I said, I want you to know that your dad loves you. And he was not there yet. I said, do you know why I want you to know that your dad loves you? Your dad is not educated, but he's flogging you and dealing with you because he wants you to go to school. He paid for computer lesson for the girl, the daughter, and she was not going to the computer school. So he was angry and was just flogging her. I think that was the reason why he called me. And I said, do you know why? You think your dad doesn't love you? Your dad loves you. That's why he registered you into that computer school. That is his own way of showing love. He doesn't know how to hug you, how to kiss you, how to tell you, oh, I love you, baby. Have you eaten? He doesn't know all those things because he's not educated. He lost his dad when he was young. So he doesn't really have this parenting. He doesn't have this, is it parental love they call it? So he doesn't have what he doesn't have, he can't give to you. I said, so that is the only way he can show you that he loves you. Okay, you know that if they send him messages, he calls the children, come and read, what is this? What is this person saying? He doesn't want your situation to be like that. I said, but some other dad will say, my parent did not send me to school, so I don't care if you go to school or not. So go and learn mechanic, go and learn fashion, tailor. Go on. I said, but that I was just trying to counsel them, to let them know that this man is not just being harsh on you. It's because he loves you. And thank God when he came in, he said, thank God you are here. I said, this student doesn't know that he does. If I don't love these children, will I send them to computer school and I'll be forcing?
Network behave.
It's the only way he can show you love. If you are expecting him to come and hug you, it's not.
Your network is really low.
So sometimes the network is really. Can you hear me?
Yes. It's on and off, but yes.
Oh, my network, right? Yes, it's on and off. Yes. Oh my God, my network has been bad. So sometimes this parents sometimes don't know how to express their love. They only know how to express maybe through what they were unable to get from their own parents. They want to extend, but some children don't understand it. Some children don't know, and I thank God for the Holy Spirit yesterday that just helped me. I was just trying to convince them, to let them know that. In fact, the girl later told me that she can't forgive her dad.
Why?
I don't know that the dad doesn't love her. He's always beating her.
Thank you, Sandy. Thanks for the gift.
Dad discovered that they gave her phone when she was about writing JAMB. And I think after the JAMB, the dad noticed there's this kind of, maybe she has made friends instead of chatting and all that. So he collected the phone back. I think that's her pain. So now I think the the issue is, how will I go back to that computer school? I was having my phone when I started. Now I don't have phone. You know the way these children reason. So that she can't forgive her dad, that her dad is harsh on her. So I'd like to tell her, I said, please, I want you to forgive him because he loves you. I've told you earlier on that this is the only way he can actually express his love. He's not educated. Do you understand, Mama? This man is not educated, but he wants you to be educated. He doesn't want you to feel what he's feeling. He's actually feeling so bad that he's not, but he doesn't want you to feel what he is feeling right now.
He wants a better future.
I'm still on the case. I tell you, I'm still on the case. But sometimes you see this relationship within single, let's say a single father, because it's like a single, he's the only one is separated with the wife. He's the only one taking care of. Yeah.
Like Sandy said.
And funny enough, their mother that is not even contributing, they so love her more than this man that is doing everything for them. I don't know.
That's Sandy said that's a disadvantage of single parenting too, because a mother in the picture would have created the balance. So where daddy is being harsh, mommy will be able to say, I don't listen to your daddy. Your dad, what you are doing now, their mom would have been doing it. You know, it takes two, or even the whole nation self community to raise one child. How much more one person? So where the child is complaining,
okay, yes, sorry, let me add to that. Let me add to that. Sorry, when I think Sandy, is that Sandy? Sandy said money is not everything. The man was saying, are you hungry? You're not hungry. Are you naked? You're not naked. I'm providing. And I told her, I said, no. I said, calm down. I had to now stop and talk to him. I said, sir, it's not all about food and clothes. It's not all about that. Anybody can easily give them food. They can go to neighbors' house, they will eat. A friend of them can get them dressed to me. It's not all about that. There's what they call relationship. I say you need to, and now told them, say you need to grow to a level that you will know, you will understand your children, you will know your children, you will know this as you are now. You don't even know your children. In fact, I at a point I got angry. Like the way he was talking, I'm like, bro, as you are now, you don't know these children, and you didn't really create that relationship. You just felt, okay, you don't have a parental love, so that is how life. I said, no, things are changing.
Yeah, but like what you said earlier on, you said that what he does not have, he cannot give. Yeah. So if he does not have that parenting love, how is he going to give them?
Yes, that is the issue. But you know, we grew. Okay, like let me speak. Let me say this adage in Yoruba. Yoruba said, "Toba bi momo manture bini." Do you understand?
Yes.
If you don't know, if you don't have
Thank
that
you,
parenting
Jojo,
love,
for joining.
At least you know what is going on now. You should update yourself and know how to just create your own relationship with these children. After everything yesterday, I just discovered there is no relationship. He's providing them with food, clothes, education, but there's no relationship. You know, I don't know.
Thank you.
I love this topic. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. Sandy, is there any way you want to advise? Do you want to chip on this? Let's help this family. What can we do? How can we advise so more can get back there and strengthen them?
Exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, my own little contribution is like I just said, men are designed to be providers and women nurturers. So yes, it's a good thing that they invited her to come and intervene, but he needs someone like her to be more constant in the picture because the children have no business, to be fair, understanding why the adults behave a certain kind of way. It's not the children who would have to be made to understand that the father is beating constantly or doing, because then you have to draw a line between abuse and love because the world, like I said, is evolving. So I can understand that the children, their peers have phones and things like that. So taking her phone makes her feel uncool among her peers, and it just feels like she doesn't have a father who understands the need for her to be part of the trend of her generation in this present day. So they need someone who can be the voice of reasoning to this father that is how the love can be brought back and the relationship can be fostered. So we need someone to create a balance, to reprimand the children, to let them know that your father means well, but to also educate the father about his parenting style in 2025. You get, so that he doesn't lose his children. It's one thing for him to be trying to educate them and totally lose the love of his children and just be a bank. You understand? Just a financier, but not an actual father. And then he's still investing for their mother, because you see now that they are loving the mother, and at the end of the day, all these investments will go down the drain when they carry all that education and everything and go and take care of their mother, who is more understanding. So if he doesn't want to lose out on all this, his love and investment, which the children can understand, he needs to calm down by letting our sister here advise him properly. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sandy, for that.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Sandy. Mama, in fact, I saw that yesterday. He was sending them away. He said, go. After many years you've been investing on those children, he asked them to go. He was telling them, get out, pack your things. I like, God, these children are 20-something, 17, and like 14.
There's fire on the mountain.
I was scared. My heart was beating because I just saw him like taking the decision. It's like giving him opportunity to go out. I ran after the boy. I had to calm him down. You know, thank you, Sandy. You know, role of a mother is very important. There are some things that were pouring out to me that I said, God, I wish their mom was around. That their mom is around. She can be able to actually fit in this position. Exactly. In fact, yesterday he has pushed them off. He has pushed them off because the boy left. When we called him, he said he's on his way to Zaria. Mama, you should know that in the north. You see, he is already leaving Kaduna to Zaria, where he doesn't know.
Can I come in more?
Thank you so much.
Let me chip in one or two things. To start with, like Sandy said, the man needs to come down. And more so because of the age of these children. If he's not careful, he's going to lose them completely. And when he loses them, he will now turn around and turn their mother to a witch or some wizards that have come to destroy the relationship he has with the children. I hope and I pray that he will listen to you, that the Holy Spirit will touch his heart. I understand his anger and frustration. I'm a parent, and we all, I'm sure, I know more you are a parent, you know, and I don't know if Sandy is a parent, but you have a lot of experience from the way you've been speaking. It's not easy. Children will press your buttons. They will try everything, especially when they, oh, good, lovely. When there's a separation, they will make you fight each other. They will say, mommy say, daddy say, just to have their way. Children can be like little demons sometimes, you know. But if we don't play the game very well, we will lose out. I pray none of us will lose out over our children. I have one teenager and I have one adult. So I know what I'm talking about. There are times where we will be firm, and there are times when we will step back. Not because we are scared, not because we do not know how to be harsh or disciplined and do all the macho things, but because we don't want to lose them. One thing I have been able to tell myself from where I found myself, at some point with my first son, I was able to tell myself, hey, Dupe, your son might be Nigerian by blood, but by the reason of where I gave birth to him, this boy is a British boy. And the way you handle a Nigerian is not the way you will handle them. The day I had that understanding, the day that understanding dawned upon me, the way I relate with my children and everything changed. And our relationship got deeper. I started doing motivational talk in my home with my children. Because why? They had to be more talking, more explaining, giving them reasons why I did what I did. For example, taking the phone. I'm sure he has a good reason of taking the phone, and as a parent, I will not question that. What I would question is, did he sit the girl down to make the girl understand why? When I was growing up, my dad would say, go and bring the cane. Okay, I'll bring it, but before you beat me, what did I do? When he's not too angry, he will explain this and this. I say, yeah, now beats, I'll go and cry out, and that's the end. But the day he's too angry, no explanation, 5. And I'll be more angry because why? I don't know why he's beating me. I just see him as a wicked man. But anytime he's able to explain to me what I have done wrong, I take the discipline with joy and pain, add the plus and minus together. Because why? I have an understanding. And that was the same thing I did with my children. So he needs to explain to this girl, I took your phone because of this. For every action, there is a reaction. So there is consequences for things. Or can say, okay, the next time, I'm going to keep your phone maybe for 1 week or 2 weeks, and I will return it to you. You are returning because it is for this year and age, as Sandy has said, it is a necessity. Even for a child of 10 years old, how much more 17? It is a necessity. It is part of life. In this part of the world, in England, if you do not have internet at home, it is you can enter into trouble. Your children must have access to internet. That is the life, the world we are in now. Just like they must have access to school, they must have access to GP, to hospital, to the dentist, they must have access to internet. It is a must. It is a must. It is called. So for a child of that age must have internet, or must have a phone rather. But you are saying, because of what I have seen on your phone, I am seizing your phone for 2 weeks or for 3 weeks, whatever long, but you don't want to drag it for too long. And I'm returning it. But if I see this again, this is what I saw. This is why this is not good. Then nurture the child, teach the child, educate the child. Because without education, the child does not know what you are saying. They'll still do it. Or probably even go and take another person's phone and still do it. But when there is an understanding, and the understanding dawns upon the child, it makes sense. So, you know, Sandy is saying, do they have bonding time? With the father that is running up and down and money to look after the child, there is no bonding time. We don't even need to ask them. We already know there's no bonding time. Does he take pictures with them? I don't know, bonding on it. On a serious, I mean, he's a single father who believes, show you're not hungry, I put a roof over your head, what is your problem? You know, so we already know that bonding is questionable. Thank you for confirming that. So Mo says no. All right, so he has picture, okay, don't go there. Picture long. I can't laugh. You know, so he has a lot of work to do on himself. And if possible, if he doesn't mind, I can do a one-on-one coaching section with him. I do parenting coaching. It's not just relationship coaching. I can do a one-on-one with him. We can run through things together, and it's free. It's not paying a dime for it. It's a free service. But just needs to make himself available and also be willing to learn and adjust. And then he can get those children back. I mean, they're not going anywhere yet, but I mean, he can win their hearts back. So this is the reason why I'm taking your phone and I'm returning it. But if I see that nonsense again, you won't see this phone again. You threaten the child with that. Not that, of course, you know they will see, but you threaten me. I do a lot of threatening. I threaten my children even with police sometimes. I will come and call the police to take me away. Where are they taking them away to? My children are not going anywhere, but I go Hale, I go do shakara. The shakara that does not go anywhere. You know, there are some tips to winning as a single parent. Thank you, Sandy. You understand? So when you do shakara, you come back. Creating memories with them is one of them. So that's why I said this one has a lot. We need to work on him first. And then he can also spread, he has love for the children, oh, no doubt. But is he showing it to them the way they can see it, the way they can understand it? Thank you for joining, Sister Christy. God bless you. Thank you for joining, my beautiful sister. And just for people that are joining now, we're looking at single parenthood and the effects, the impact it has on children. And we're looking at the story, a life story from my twin Mo, who shared an experience, and we are advising on how we can help the family. And I don't even want to go into their mom, why they are loving their mom better. I don't want to go into that. I want to face the dad more. Have a day of church with his kids. Yep. Sister Christine, are we muting? Okay, thank you. You know, having a days of church with them. See, Sister Sandy, this one you are talking, let's look at foundation first. All this one you are talking, enter the man head for now. Look at this one.
No, but seriously, yeah. But see, there's some other people here who may learn from it. Because some people struggle with what to do. Because we know how men are wired. They feel they don't have the time. However, you can do it once a month. It's for fun. Give us something to look forward to. Oh, last Sunday of the month we do Daddy is the chef of the house day. So let us think of what we want Daddy to cook. We want Daddy to make jollof rice.
Hey, I don't have time for all that. That's what what's all that?
Like, these are tips for other fathers. Because some of them think of how can I bond with this kid? What can I do? Memories, it could just be random pictures at home watching Arsenal match.
Wait, we hear what Damilola says. Damilola says the house is still a war zone. A civilian mother needs to rule.
Other people who don't want to fall into the same trap. Because trust me, when we were all children at one point, but when we started growing and we wanted to take stock, because trust me, there's one thing that mothers also have, a lot of mothers, not all, in common. They try to win the children to their side.
Thank you for the gift, Sister Christy. I see you. Thank you.
But we children will now try to go to the archives for memories. And you can say, no. I remember when Daddy used to carry us inside the car to car wash. No. I remember when Daddy tried to make jollof rice that he burnt the kitchen. No. So fathers have to be intentional about creating memories that the children can pull out when they want to remember their father and the things that he did. So we're just saying this for other people for the future.
Thank you, Jari. You are really one day. You are correcting. So on more. We need, like what Damilola said, that the house is still a fire zone now. So let us calm down all a civilian mother. So Mo, you are the civilian mother now that wants to something. Moses, I don't think they've seen him laugh with them before. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my, I don't know. This is serious. Now, if I'm going to be honest with you, this man has a lot of pent-up issues from his childhood that he's still dealing with. And it's rubbing on the children. Oh my God. You see me saying, oh my God, because what you just said now, it may look so simple. I mean, I don't think they've seen him laugh with them before. I think Damilola got it right. It is a war zone. Oh my God. So what is the beauty in, I bought you clothes, I feed you, there's a roof over your head? And the child, and so if you do that, Uncle, hey, is it this children of this generation? Oh my God, Sister Christine, if you can speak, let me bring you into this topic. Maybe you can help us as Agbalagba. That's my big sister. Sister, can you speak where you are so I can brief you, give you a briefing? Oh my God. Okay, maybe she can't speak. Now, let me go back on this man. Hey, Chineke, God help me here. Okay, thank you, ma. He, Mo, see me pausing. The man must be a retired force personnel, alleged. Damn, Lola, give this man a break, Jerry. He feels he's always right. And this man you're talking about, if the children are 17 and 20 something, then he is in his early 50 or late 50. And that is ẹja gbígbẹ ṣó ṣe ká mọ́. When I say ẹja gbígbẹ, a fish that is dry already, can you bend it without breaking it? Will he be willing to learn? Will he be willing to listen? Will he be willing to adjust, to change? Will he be willing to... And I do not want this man's labor of love over his children to be a waste. Okay, more, we will talk behind the camera. This is deep. It's 10 o'clock already. We'll talk behind the camera. But just for the sake of anybody that might come across this, we're talking about single fatherhood, and we don't want any father to labor over their children at the end of the day, not eat the benefit of their labor, the fruit. I mean, when you plant a tree, you water it, you nurture it, you don't let the mold and the weeds to destroy it, you protect it even from the foxes and everything. And then this tree grows, this tree begins to bear fruits, and you want to sit down and pluck the fruit and eat it and enjoy it and cool your mind that, yes, I am eating the fruit of my labor. But when that time comes, you look at the tree, let me pluck the fruit, and the fruit shrinks away from you. It is painful. Damilola says, Ma, take up the task. Just believe you want to cancel your dad. You know how to do it better. Hey, encouragement, not so easy. Accept boss lady. Hey, Ogenebiko. Oh, I'm still doing, oh my God. You don't understand. This is okay. Boss lady, can you mute, please? Hey. Okay. We will talk. We will sit down. I pray. I'm telling you, that ordinary sentence there, I know it's deep already. See me doing, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, since like I'm short of words because the man is, there's a lot of childhood trauma there. And if he does not heal, he can't bring out that love in. Oh my goodness. He can't show that love. He loves the children, but he's showing it the wrong way. He's still doing old school. I old school to law, parenting skill to yato. There used to be a common saying that there is no manuscript to parenting. I'm telling you now that there are manuscripts. The manuscript is learning from other people. The manuscript is studying what is in this generation and what is happening. What does the word of God say? There are manuscripts. I did it that way yesterday. This is the result I get. How can I do it differently? Because you want a different result. I told you the way I was handling my children before, but I was able to yab myself brain and tell myself, oh my, your children will be Niger. So you cannot handle them like Nigerian children. That method has its own disadvantage, if I may tell you. Nigerian children will not, when you speak, they will not say why, what. But then they will tell you why, because I gave them voice. Speak, let me know what is in your mind, and let us reason together. Let us talk. It gives them boldness, it builds their resilience, it gives them confidence. Why am I able to do a talk show today? Why? Because my father gave me a voice. Even when people try to shut me, and shut up, what do you know? Because I'm the last born in my family. And I want to say, what do you people are talking about? My friend, keep quiet there. My father said, no, let her speak. And that built my confidence, and that's why I can do stuff like this. So everything we do with our children will take them far in life or will break them. As a single father, as a single mother, or as a co-parenting or whatever kind of parent you are, these children are gifts, they are flowers to be nurtured with care and discipline at the same time, and a little bit of fear, a little bit of love, a little bit of being conscious, a lot of prayer, a lot of studying them. You know, you need to study. Like, I mean, Mo said, do you even know your children? That is a big one. Yay. To be honest and to be fair, on the man's side, they are usually teenager age. That stage is a very, very difficult one. I think, was it last week we talked about raising teenagers? How do you survive raising teenagers? It's tough, you know. There was a time with my first son, I looked at him in the face, I said, do I know you? Who are you? I said, who are you? Do I know you? Do you understand? Because I'm like, because he is evolving, he is learning, he's discovering himself. So, and I'm discovering him as well. I'm trying to know him. I'm trying to understand him. I've never been a teenage mom before at that time. So we are both learning. So I had to step back and say, okay, look, calm down so you don't lose it. And learn. Why was I able to survive? I was willing to learn. So as a parent, we have to learn. My children taught me a lot. Now, one of the first thing and the greatest and the biggest thing they taught me was patience. By fire, by force, you'll get patient. And that's one of the things this man needs. He needs to be patient with them. All this fire on the mountain is doing, it's not good. If your child will open her mouth and say, I don't like my daddy. Abishe hates in English, Dolo. I don't like my daddy. And this is not a baby. We're talking about a teenager. Okay, and another side, I'm looking at things from different angle. Teenagers will also tell you anything to get their way because they don't want to be disciplined. They want to have their way all the time. So the child can say, I don't like my daddy because my daddy by week, daddy is disciplining you. So at that time, yeah, the child can say, I don't like daddy. But then at the end of the day, when they grow older, they understand why daddy did what he did. They now come to appreciate, thank God for my daddy. Thank God for my mommy. If not my mommy and my dad, I'd have become a spoiled child. I think 2 months ago, I was chatting, actually on the phone with my son. And we were talking, he was sharing stuff with me. I was sharing stuff with him. We were like two friends. He was saying, and he's like, yeah, mom, yeah, I get it now. You know, all these things you were telling me before, now I see the picture, now I understand. But when we were talking then, it's like, she don't come again, motivational speaker. Please go and do your talk show and leave me alone. But now they will understand. So yours as a parent is to sow the seed. Sow the seed and the Holy Spirit will let the seed germinate. Sow the seed, leave it there. Yoruba will say, if you do not hear a bad news, you will not feel bad. Okay, so just sow the seed there, the word, throw the seed there. And with time, it will materialize, it will grow, it will germinate, it will even bring up fruit. Those things you've taught them, before you know it, they'll begin to teach other people. So let's try and create a balance. I need to end the show. It's been lovely. It's been wonderful. Thank you, Osandi. I cannot appreciate you enough. Boss lady, thank you so much. God bless you. I don't know if I have much coins, but let me see if I can give you 1 or 2. Yep, that's 3 roses for you. Thank you all for joining, Damilola. Let me see what coins I have more there. Okay, let's spread love. Let's share love. Thank you. Who else is there? I've given more Boss Lady and Sister Christy. Thank you all for joining and God bless you. Okay. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the sharing. Thank you for the power tapping. And we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. Maybe at some point I might be able to do every week, but for now, it's going to be every 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks' time, just keep, every day I send something up out there anyway. There's always a quote, a video or something. Watch them, like them, share them, bless somebody with it, and then we'll be back in 2 weeks' time with a new topic on relationship. It could be anything. It could be anything. It could be on the children. It could be on couple. It could be something we'll see online. And if you guys have any story or anything you want us to talk about, just send me a text and we'll bring it up. We will discuss it. We will look at it from different perspectives. Other people will join in and learn as well. Okay? I love you all. Thanks for this. It's timely. Oh, God bless you.